Conciliation. What is conciliation? When there is an intervention of mediator with a view to bring parties to agreement. Okay, if there is a disagreement between two parties, so mediator will intervene so that he can end the disagreement and brings the both the parties to an agreement. Okay, this is conciliation. Conciliation officer. In section 4 of Industrial Disputes Act, it is said that the appropriate government is empowered to appoint as many persons as conciliation officer as it thinks fit to mediate and promote settlement of industrial dispute. Okay, the appropriate government can appoint as many persons as it thinks fits. Okay, it is done by publishing a notification in the official gazette. Okay, the conciliation officer can be appointed for a specified area or for a particular industry or the industries in a particular area. Okay, the position of conciliation officer, he is like an independent agency. He doesn't have any relation with the parties to the dispute. He makes available the government facilities in settlement. His duty is administrative duty, not judicial duty, so no formalities of judicial process are required. This was position of conciliation officer. Working. How does conciliation officer works? When notice of strike or lockout is received by the conciliation officer, then without delay he investigates the dispute, okay, and do all things he thinks fit to induce the parties to arrive at settlement, and then he sends the report of the result to the appropriate government so that the government can decide further course of action. If no settlement is arrived, then the government will refer the dispute to the Conciliation Board or Labor Court or the Industrial Tribunal or National Tribunal. The conciliation officer is like an advisor or a friend, and he assists to arrive at settlement. The question comes, is conciliation adjudication? The spelling is adjudication, T-I-O-N, O is missing. Okay. No, conciliation is not adjudication. Adjudication means to decide the dispute through courts. Okay, the intervention of court, it's called adjudication. So conciliation is not adjudication. Next comes Conciliation Board. What is Conciliation Board? Section 5 says that appropriate government constitute a Conciliation Board for the settlement of industrial dispute. It constitutes by having notification in the official gazette. What is the structure? There is one chairman in Conciliation Board and there are 2 to 4 members in the Conciliation Board. The chairman is an independent person, is not related to any party, and the members, there are equal number from both the parties. The working of Conciliation Board is given in section 13. Only when appropriate government refers matter to it, the Conciliation Board, okay, decides the matters which are referred to it by the appropriate government, no other matter. It completes its function and sends the report within 60 days. A 2 months extension can be given if both the parties consent to the extension. The report given by him is in writing and signed by all the members. Should be signed by all members. The appropriate government publish the report within 30 days of the receipt of the report. What are the powers of Conciliation Board? It can enforce attendance of any person. It can examine him on oath. The Conciliation Board can compel production of documents and material objects. It can issue commission for the examination of witness or any other matters as may be prescribed. So let's see, I have a quick revision. What is conciliation? Conciliation means intervention of mediator with a view to bring parties to the agreement, okay, so that the disagreement between them, it can come to an end and there is agreement between the parties. Conciliation officer, in section 4 it is given that appropriate government is empowered to appoint and as many persons as conciliation officers as it thinks fits to mediate or promote settlement of industrial dispute. It is done by putting notification in the official gazette. The conciliation officer can be for a specified area or for a particular industry or for the industries in a particular area. What is the power of conciliation officer? The position of conciliation officer is like an independent agency. He is not related to any party. He makes available government facilities in the settlement of industrial dispute. His duties are administrative, not judicial, so no formalities of judicial process are required. What is the working of conciliation officer? How he works? When notice of strike or lockout is received by him, then without delay, he investigates the dispute and do all things he thinks fit to induce the parties to arrive at the settlement. He then sends the report of the result to the appropriate government so that the appropriate government can decide further course of action. If no settlement has arrived, the government will refer the dispute to the Conciliation Board or Labor Court or Industrial Tribunal or National Tribunal. The conciliation officer is like an advisor. He is a friend who assists to arrive at settlement. Is conciliation adjudication? No, conciliation is not adjudication. Adjudication means to decide the matter through courts. Conciliation Board, section 5 says appropriate government constitute the conciliation board for settlement of industrial dispute by putting notification in the official gazette. There is a chairman in the board and 2 to 4 members. The chairman is an independent person. He is not related to any party. And the members, there are equal number from both parties. Working of conciliation board, how it works, it's given in section 13. The conciliation board solves the matter only when the appropriate government refer the matter to it, okay. He solve only on those methods, okay. It completes its function and sends report within 60 days. A 2 months extension can be given if both the parties consent. The report is in writing and it should be signed by all members. The appropriate government publish the report given by the conciliation board within 30 days of receipt. What are the powers of conciliation board? The conciliation board can enforce the attendance, it can examine an oath, it can compel production of documents and material objects, it can issue commission for the examination of witness or any other matter as may be prescribed. So we have done conciliation. In it we have seen conciliation officer and conciliation board. If you want the PDF or revision of labor and industrial law, you can get the link of the PDF in description box or comment box. Now we will see what is court of inquiry in next video.